uyingwe oyengwe sathubule sapha sachoka mnandi oy sachoka mnandi sachona ngoku oyengwe
sebenza ndo zalo
oyingwe
Makama yufik
oyingwe
sathubule sapha
sachoka mnandi
sathubule sapha
Njadayi
sathubule sapha
sachoka mnandi sichona ngoku oyengwe sathubule Njadayi oyengwe sathubule sapha sachoka mnandi sichona ngoku ningamagwala sachoka mnandi sichona ngoku ningamagwala
sathubule sapha
sachoka mnandi sichona ngoku
sathubule sapha
Njadayi
sathubule sapha
sachoka mnandi sichona ngoku
sathubule sapha
Njadayi
sathubule sapha
sachoka mnandi sichona ngoku
sathubule sapha
niyaboyika
sathubule sapha
sachoka mnandi sichona ngoku
sathubule sapha
niyaboyika sichoka mnandi sichona ngoku
amandla abawethu manithathe lithuba ngizazise ndingukhansila Rhuneli ndimele apha umbutho we-EFF mandibulise ku-honorable members, colleagues, ndibulise nakufamily. Ndiphakama ndingapreparishanga but ke akho nto benoyipreparisha about ucomrade Scara. Scara ndimazi xeshikweni ndingena ku-politics. Ndingena ku-politics uqala kwe-EFF. Ndiqala lo mbutho apha eNdlambe. Ndasebenza ndizama ukukhulisa lo mbutho ndikuwa. Ndabe ndimbona uScara, ndisazi uScara yi-leader ye-ANC, yi-leader ekhokhela i-ANC kwizifiers ze-ANC within the region. Saqhuba ke sisebenzisana ndalinkwa kuScara ngaba-comrades alapha local. Sisebenzisana nakwizinto besizenza ukunceda abantu besisebenzisana noScara. Scara never saw me as an enemy, but he saw me as a person ozama ukuncedisa kulendo yena bekuyo. As a result, zenzekile izinto sitoyitoya sisithini zenzeka izinto sizikhokhela, but there were times where Scara would pick up a phone and seek to reason. Barhuneli madoda kwenzeke ntoni? how do we address the situation ethile? Scara, although other comrades at some point had an attitude towards the organization, EFF, but yena, he rose beyond such. Scara he was open for discussions, negotiations, open to the view of other people. And Scara, at some point, he was advisive. He was advisive and getting a common. Umhlaba kunye nemfuyo. So bayi-2 besidibana ke thina ke ngozondo. Besidibana ngozondo and nakwizinto kumizamo xa ndisilwa nezi farmers nezi pineapple producers ithini sivala indlela. Scara would pick up a call and ask konakelephi khonile. Masizameni madoda, masisebenzisaneni, masimamelaneni madoda. Sizophakamisa uNdlambe. At the times singenamanzi sisokola sithini, Scara had a plan and nangoku usishiya with a plan and a program of building uNdlambe. Ngalo mazwi bazali sonke sibhlungu. Kwenzekile okwenzekileyo. Kodwa ke kufuneka samkele sibe nethemba ukuthi uThixo ukhona. Nathi masisebenzisaneni ma comrades. Siyayazi into ebifunwa nguScara for uNdlambe, in particular I region at large. Mza besithi taronza. Thetha notaronza fondeni. Lanto yakho izoba right notaronza uyayibona. Bengumuntu onjalo, you know. So ingaske as our goals and as our objectives sizikherishe on siye phambili amandla.
Amandla, amandla, amandla. Viva ANC, viva. Viva ANC, viva. Viva the undying spirit of Scara and Njadayi, viva. Viva the undying spirit of Scara and Njadayi, viva. I don't hear you, comrades. I don't hear you. I don't hear you, comrades. I don't hear you. I don't hear you, comrades. I don't hear you. Amandla. 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 The spirit ka Scara law. The spirit ka Scara law. Comrades, we are going to give opportunity for the provincial chairperson and the premier of the Eastern Cape to come and do the keynote address so that we can release him to go and do the work that is waiting for him. Oliver, Oliver, wetambo, tina sikoti wekaya.
Suzabalas.
Oliver, Oliver, wetambo, tina sikoti wekaya.
Suzabalas.
Oliver, molo socho.
Suzabalas.
Oliver, molo socho.
Suzabalas.
Oliver, molo socho. Oliver, molo socho. Oliver, uye tina sikoti wekaya.
Suzabalas.
Oliver, uye tina sikoti wekaya.
Suzabalas.
Oliver, molo socho. Oliver, molo socho.
Suzabalas.
Oliver, molo socha. Oliver,
Oliver Molo Sot. Amandla.
Comrades, there are comrades there at the door. Can you please take seats outside, comrades? Or there is place up Pezul. There are stairs there at the back. You can sit up there, comrades. We can't stand at the door. Dianicela, please.
Amandla. Amandla. Viva ANC, viva. Viva SACP, viva. Viva Kosatu, viva. Viva Sanko, viva. Watintu mama. Roar, young lions, roar. Roar, young lions, roar. Phambili ngamagqala ethu, phambili. Long live the spirit of comrade Scara, long live. Long live the spirit of comrade Scara, long live. Thank you very much, Program Director. The danger of allowing someone to be a keynote speaker in a funeral might lead in me locking everything after I've spoken so that no one speaks and then people leave. Comrade Hobbs, thank you very much, the Regional Secretary. Greetings to clergy, ekhoyo phakathi kwethu umfundisi umbolekwa usibare. Terrace, you are not alone. You can't monopolize that space. Nomfundisi umvandaba. Njadayi family, amabamba, amaqhinebe, amazangwa, namanhlane kanene. Kuba izolo ndike ndanexesha nefamily kaComrade Scara. Ndafumana umrhabulo opheleleyo ngoComrade Scara. Ndabuya ebusuku pha. Izihlobo ke zonke nezalamane ezisondeleyo enxebeni. I-leadership ye-African National Congress ekhoyo phakathi kwethu apha. Noba ke zipisi members ne-RECs ndiyabona i-regions ezikhoyo phakathi kwethu eziqaphelekayo yi-Amathole ne-Christian babakhona ningababonanga bakundixolela. Inkokheli ze-leagues, zonke i-leagues, ndiyabona i-Women's League, Comrade Peter sizawuthi khokhelwa nguwe apha. Kuba le nto ohlala etafuleni ndiye ndiyicinga uba ligumbi eliphezulu. Awunoba yi-additional member pha le nto. I-leadership ye-alliance ekhoyo phakathi kwethu nobhala wekhosathu uComrade Gura eRhadebe noComrade uTony Duba uChangisa. Imibutho yezopolitiki ekhoyo fighters uthethe emveni kwakho nangona ubungekho prepared fighter uthethe kakuhle gqithi. Nezenzo zakho zihle ke sazibona nje recently. Asuzoyikhwaza loo nto apha kodwa uComrade Scara siyambona uba besebenza njani nawe, as well as the leadership of the Democratic Alliance. How I wish uba benisincedisile kulaa vote yayizolo. This would have been nice, befitting farewell for Comrade Scara kulo mcimbi womhlaba. Salga leadership present uComrade uFaku uComrade Stofile osuka pha eFree State oyideployee yeSalga from the NEC apha ephondweni ukhona phakathi kwethu. All our deployees in government and all our public representatives, amalungu nabaxhasi the African National Congress, SACP, COSATU and SANCO akhoyo phakathi kwethu. Ndicinga amaqabane okokuqala kufanele into kokuba xa sidibene ngolu hlobo sizokukhumbula ubomi buka comrade Scara, siqale ngokuphosa amazwi ovelwano namazwi okomeleza ifamily ka comrade uScara, ingakumbi iqabane lakhe, ubambo lwakhe nabantwana. Sifuna ukuthi ngxe kuni bothangana nezihlobo zonke ezisondeleyo njengoba besenitshilo. Silapha kule nkonzo yesikhumbuzo namhlanje kuba sikholelwa kwaye siyiphila intetho ethi aba balala ukuthula bavalwa sithi amehlo bona bavule thina amehlo. Ndicinga uba izithethe ezithethe apha phambi kwam bezizama ukunika intsingiselo yaloo mazwi xa u-understanda the context. Ukuwa ke kukaComrade uScara kulinxeba elinzulu kakhulu, nangakumbi kusapho lakokwabo olumzeleyo nosapho obelusiboleke yena siyi-African National Congress. Into yokukhulisa umntana kakuhle afike naphakathi kwabanye abantu basemzini aziphathe kakuhle, abe yile nto uComrade Scara simbona echazwa ukuba ebe yiyo. Akachazwa family yothangana, ebe yile nto nisiva siyithetha uComrade uScara. Njengoba bendike ndatsho izolo ndifumene ithuba nefamily yakhe, nam ndaxola injongo ibikukudibanisa amehlo nefamily emveni kwesi sithwakumbe sokuwa kukaComrade uScara. Kuba uComrade uScara family funeka niyazi uba ngaphandle nje kwesiphiwo ebenaso sothangana, nikwazile ukumnika izixhobo zobomi, wakwazi ukuba intsingiselo efanelekileyo nomzekelo ophilayo phakathi kwabantu. Xa ndithetha ngoComrade uScara namhlanje ndithetha nge-community builder, umntu ebephila nezintlu zonke okanye iindidi ngeendidi zabantu abaneenkolelo ngeenkolelo ezahlukileyo. Kuba benithe kum uScara ebengumntwana kodwa eyindoda yekhaya. uComrade Scara ebeyindodana yaseWisile. Comrade Scara ebekholelwa kumasiko akokwabo njengendoda yekhaya. Comrade Scara was a sport fanatic. Ebexakeka ngabantu abatsha abakufuneka baphuhlise italente yabo kwiinkalo ngeenkalo zobomi. uComrade Scara himself was an artist. Bekudala ke mane ndimemela kwezi gigs zakhe cha ibingathi ngu-DJ we-elections xa ndimjonga. Kuba le nto DJ yakho akubimane ingathi ivela ngexesha lee-elections. Nangona ebemane ndithembisa uba ngenye imini uza kandifake ndike ndizibonakalise. Indeed, uComrade Scara was an embodiment of what we call the leader of the society. Sithi enkosi kwikhaya lakhe ngokusikhulisela umntu ojike wayityuwa yehlabathi. Xa etheke wanihlutha into ebeniyithanda, vumane okokuba ubuyisa eyakhe mayenzeke intando yakhe. ilahleko yelungu losapho nokuba ngumama noba ngutata noba ngumntwana iba linxeba elinzulu elichukumisa imiphefumlo kuba senithe uComrade Scara was not a coward uthe xa ejongene nokufa wathi okokuba ndibizwa nguwe Nkosi itsho ndize ndihamba phezu kwamanzi. Uyabona mfundisi umboleko ndiyazama funeka wenze icebo. Comrades and friends, all of us have heavy hearts today. It still hasn't sunk in yet that Comrade Scara is no more. We still don't understand how it is that we are standing here today to pay homage to our comrade, to our friend, to our brother, and to our leader. Our hearts are bleeding. We are at great pains because this gentle giant is no more. On the 1st of December 2021, we learned about the tragic passing of the ANC Scara Regional Chairperson, comrade Mzimkhulu, Scara Njadayi, Mthakathi, whom the organization had recently deployed as an executive mayor of the Scara District Municipality. We were numb, nothing made sense at all because the news of his passing was just beyond belief. Comrade Scara, you spoke to me at length in that fateful day. And you shared with me many ideas on how to solve some political challenges that are confronting African National Congress in our province as well as here in Scara. In preparation of what as a province we should be doing in the national politics. You were clear on saying you have tried your level best to contribute in leading the region to a higher pedestal against all odds. De wathi kum wonele. Perhaps it's high time that you move on. Little did I know that you meant leaving us permanently on this planet Earth to join the ANC branch of our forebears who are no longer with us, the likes of Owar Tambo and his peers. Ndiqinisekile amazulu avulekile la branch iyawukwamkela ngezandla ezishushu kuba ngenene nangenyaniso umzamo omhle njengenkokheli ANC ubuzamile. I'm just paraphrasing this because the tone itself said more than what I'm trying to paraphrase here. It left me a little bit wondering exactly what you were trying to communicate. It was almost an hour chat. Kuba ndilele ndine missed call yakhe. Phofu into eqhelekileyo yokundifonela almost daily. Ndaphinda ndavuka ngawe. And I had to attend to you in that morning. Such program director is what happens when you lose someone of the caliber of Comrade Scara. The news of having his passing sent shockwaves across our province and in the entire country because ANC members and leaders knew Comrade Scara. I just can't count how many national leaders who called me in disbelief, trying to find out. Every time I get a call about this, nam ndoyibeka phansi ndiphinde ndifonele uSolethu, ndifonele uVarha. You mean, comrades, is this true? Ninyanisile? Because first person who called me was uMama uDunjwa. She called me and cried. Ndiqhela uva isikhalo somntana esihoywayo. So isikhalo se older kunzima usihoya. Kubhetele uhoya seyanga. Ndanqandelwa apho ngocomrade uPeters, ndisaxakene noMama uDunjwa kwangena icall yakhe immediately. Almost saying the one and the same thing. uMama uDunjwa says ndisendleleni eyapha uComrade Scara has collapsed. But ke ngoku nayintoni elilisa uMama uDunjwa xa ecollapsile? And she couldn't answer that question. Then I got it all from uComrade Peters. Unbelievable. The kind of sadness we are feeling in the ANC is what happens when you lose someone who had been more than a comrade to many, but someone who became a brother and a father, a confidant and a rare breed in the true sense of word. This is the feeling, comrades, you get when you hear passing of a cadre who had so much to contribute to our national democratic struggle. A cadre that we still had a lot to learn from, particularly on how he carried himself in the movement and in society in a manner that emulates the values and principles of our revolutionary formations. Xelelo ke kwesa strato noba iANC bimenze umeya noba ibingamenzanga umeya ebese yimeya already. No giant. Ivile naleyo ba ungomama kaScara. Sister kaScara. Xeliwe phayizolo. What we felt, comrades, and still feel after having the news that Comrade Scara is no more, is what you feel when a movement has lost a textbook definition of integrity in a period where such is diminishing within our ranks. We are at pains, comrades, because one of the most hard-working, dedicated, and committed cadre of the ANC is no longer with us. We are deeply saddened, comrades, because we will never get to receive his messages again, reminding us about the importance of doing organizational work in the region, regardless of what rank or position we hold in the organization. Ndimonile uTamena aphume phaa kude. Kuba bengomnye wabantu abasondeleyo phaa kuye. 1, 2, 3. Tamen this, Tamen that. Comrade Nqabisa, you know. And umsebenzi weANC ubusenziwe. Indeed, comrades, the organization is orphaned. The people of Sarah Badman are orphaned. The Eastern Cape and South Africa are orphaned. Our hearts are torn apart because we have lost a cadre who had so much passion for political education and training at a time where we are witnessing a decline in the ideological outlook of our movement. A cadre who, even though was a regional chairperson, led the political education subcommittee, not just in theory, but in practice. We can say without any measure of doubt or contradiction that the Sarah Badman region was and continues to be one of the best performing ANC regions with respect to political education work. A reality that we can attribute to the passion and commitment Comrade Scara had for political education. Ukusoleka kukaComrade Scara kundikhumbuze ukusoleka kukaComrade Oscar Dondashe. These comrades that were young, dynamic, growing up in this region. The political education classes of the region attracted members of the ANC from other regions and provinces who were eager to capacitate themselves with knowledge to serve the ANC and our communities better. The classes have been a vibrant festival of ideas and brought a breath of fresh air in our movement, where comrades engage frankly about the state of our movement and what we must do to restore the prestige of the African National Congress. I hope the members of the RSC in Sarabatman will continue where Comrade Scara left off with the political education classes, because he was taking the region to another level. Akukho vacuum, comrades, per se, you are there. And Sarabatman is not for sale. You are young comrades, a group of dynamic young comrades that you have been gelling nicely working with Comrade Scara. Therefore, there can't be a chaos in Sarabatman. Comrade Scara, where he is, surely you will be able to prevail. Koba siyayazi besalele nje basathetha. You will be able to influence when we say his spirit must live with us forever. Our hearts, comrades, are filled with sorrow because we have lost a revolutionary who thoroughly understood that our point of departure is to serve the people wholeheartedly and never for a moment divorce ourselves from the masses. To proceed in all cases from the interests of the people and not from one's self-interest or from the interest of a small group, as explained by Chairman Mayo, who stated in one of his seminal works that, and I quote again, all our cadres, whatever their rank, are servants of the people. All our cadres, whatever their ranks, are servants of the people. And whatever we do is to serve the people. That was very huge in China, and that what has made China what it is today, from all the generations, post their cultural revolution. Challenge. This was Comrade Scara, a humble giant who served the people of Sarabatman wholeheartedly without expectation of material gain and personal benefit. Scara bengagili bantu. He was one of those very patient comrades, very patient. Comrade Scara kangathi ngokuba nguchairperson wakhe kucaca uba makudilike yonke into kuba unguchairperson ngoku makabe ngumayor at all cost. Very patient. Actually, the leadership position to him was sort of being meaningless, as long as he had the space to serve the movement properly. He has never been about him. It has always been about the African National Congress. There was a moment where he divorced himself from the toiling masses. There was no moment where he divorced himself from the toiling masses of the people, be it in the sites and terrains of struggle or at odd Saturdays where you would be found playing soccer tournaments with them, such as that you could even pass him by, because you could never imagine a speaker of council in those dusty grounds. Ne-tournament ebeyithanda kakhulu ke phaya eMakan, bethi xa izawubakho kucaca uba wonke umuntu makayeke yonke into because funa kuyiwe phaa kuyobonwa italent. Uneteam ebeyithanda kakhulu Comrade Gela ephaya eMalahleni. Buyiva phaa kuye xa ichaza ibhola neskill. U-understand uba lo mntu uyayi-understanda le nto athetha ngayo. All he did was for the interest of the people and the people alone. He was a true servant of the people, one that walked side by side with them without being above or below those he led. Ndithi mosibeke nimxakekise nimvalele ekoneni animamele. Nithethe zonke into zenu Comrade Mabhuti niqhashambula phaa noSolid. Aphendule nje ngokuthi niphambene. Because he was not undermining you. He was really respecting you. But Comrade Scara understood the responsibility of being a leader. In the constitution of the ANC, chazelwa nge-character ANC, uchazelwe nge-aims and objectives, chazelwe nge-membership. Wesochazelwa ke nge-duties ne-rights. Ibhalwe kwi-constitution uba siyanazo inhloko zenu zithambi asinawuniyeka nje. Ipart ye-literature kwe-ANC singabethi nge-logic. And he understood that in that constitution, one thing is not written there called responsibility. You only assume that when you are elected to lead, kuphela ubumnandi wawukonyula ubakhokela, kuphela uba ungathethi unothanda noba intoni na, you then appreciate the responsibility that you have as a leader of the African National Congress. This was a trait that he consistently displayed throughout his activism in the mass democratic movement. Some will remember him from his days in the Congress of the South African Student, which he joined as early as 90s, as it was articulated here, comrades. Such is the cadre we are here to pay homage to, a loyal combatant who dedicated his entire life, to the service of the people and the advancement of the National Democratic Revolution till he was no more. At our special Provincial Executive Committee meeting on Monday, he was dearly missed. This was because we knew that had he been alive, he would have been firm on tendencies that we needed to expose and isolate ahead of the upcoming conferences that seeks to sow divisions and undermine the work that has been done in uniting and renewing African National Congress as a tool for transformation in the hands of our people. We knew that he was not going to mince his word because he was a man of principle and he was a revolutionary whose posture and perspectives were shaped and influenced by his ideological convictions. Indeed, he was a rare breed, particularly in the era of some within our ranks whose posture is influenced by self-serving interest. This is why he was able to unite the region, or the ANC in the region, in a manner that was so distinct and so desirable, because he understood and appreciated that unity in the ANC is sacrosanct. Awuzudinwa ukuthetha ngeunity. Ngo-1912 kwakuthethwe ngeunity. So that unity is part of our vocabulary. That's the reason why the ANC was formed. We hope that, comrades, his efforts of uniting not only the region, but the entire province will not go in vain. We can but hope that those of us that he leaves behind will pick up from where he left off and work to unite and renew the People's National Liberation Movement to be an instrument for transformation in pursuit of improved living conditions for all of our people. As the PEC, we applaud the befitting way you are continuing to honor the memory and legacy of Comrade Scara. We really, comrades, appreciate. We are marveling at the work that you are doing this week in mourning Comrade Scara in this region. We, however, wish to call on you to continue doing so by dedicating yourselves to the struggle that Comrade Scara lived for. We call on you to emulate his selflessness and humility that he consistently displayed till he was no more. In his honor, let us serve the people wholeheartedly, comrades. Let us place the interests of the people ahead of our own and ensure that we do everything to advance their revolutionary cause. Let us honor the memory of Comrade Scara by uniting all motive forces of the National Democratic Revolution behind the struggle for the radical socio-economic transformation which Comrade Scara championed throughout his years of activism. Comrade Scara may be no more, but his legacy lives. It lives through all of us that he has left behind, and we must carry from where he left off. To the family, we are forever and eternally grateful for the son you have borrowed us as the movement and as the people he served. We too feel and share your pain because of what your son was to us. Bephucukile man, no, Comrade Scara. That's the reason why many of us who have been visiting that family time and again. Kanqala ukuza kule family, bendizile kule family kusweleke usister wakhe. Ngaba abantu xa usebenza nabo, uhalela uyobona ifamily yakhe. Bakhona abantu kuba uhalela nobona ifamily yakhe abemsebenzi. Hey. Wayethathwa apho umuntu nje. Wonele nguye, you can't multiply him. But Comrade Scara was that kind of a comrade that you would wish, because xa sipha endleleni si representa nina ningazi. Bendilapha eBhathis bendiconfuse ngalento yakhe yasekokama neBhathis. And naye bexakwa nakuyibhalansisa ngoku seyithi ungayazi ba ufuna uthini xa umchekisha. Ukikokama ngapha akuhawulela ngasekokama khawuze ngapha sihlala. Usajongele yasekokama isihlalo kuyaliwe eBhathis makawugqithe ngapha. IBhathis ingathi si step child ilokhu ikhalaza endlambe. So they need to be nurtured, they need to be looked after closely. So besipha October, I think almost the last weekend towards the elections, we walked right through that street. Sahla sayojikela, sayotshona ezantsi sihamba ngeenyawo pha, sicampaigna no comrade uScara. Ekwenzela ke lamabali alandawo kangangoko. The potential yalandawo, dry as it may look, but the area has got potential. I hope that comrades in the council, you will be able to look after that. Kudala manje ijikeleza ke lento small town ba hayibo. Ndithi small town ikhona eNdlambe. Small town program, small town revitalization. As long as ayofika pha eBhathis ayikabikho. The day bendipha ndandisilwela buildings aphaya ezide-relict. Municipal manager. Izolo ebusuku kandiphuma pha kulo Scara. Ndiye kulamzi walamama wandileqa ebeleke umntana. Wathi kum wayeka uhlala kwakhe. Because kukumtho omkhulu ongamwela nanini na xa kukumoya umbulali. Ucela la mntu uyosusu. Ndafonela wena, ndafonela idirectors zakho. Nangu ward councillor wapha. Umkwayi. La mntu wasuswa. Kodwa as usual abantu beyenze xa benza umsebenzi bayathanda bangocofa ishi yenziwe into iyekwe phakathi xa ndifika pha la mntu ususiwe kodwa usenesiqinga sento esamileyo khange ndilale futhi phezulu kuba ndiye pha ebusuku sandiqonqozela abantu satywa zizinja ndifuna ubona la mthi ngoku itshomi yam liyayindileqa esitratweni ayikho kwapha yayithe imkiswe ngulaa mthi kodwa umthi usukile kodwa ayikho pha. Kodwa ke sa-accountable bakwenzeka ntoni ukuthele ngekho pha. But I appreciate city manager that as sivuka namhlanje ndithunyelelwe ipicture ethi sususile chairperson lamthi nyanda ube ndiwubona uqenqeleke pha kude ngoku wonke siyabulela ke ngalo response. That's a sort of agility Comrade Faki Mkhulu esiyinidayo kurhulumente. So it's important that comrades we work together to make sure that we serve our people wholeheartedly. Xa ndizawuhlala phantsi program direct andinawuniyeka nje senihleli ngolu hlobo ukunganikhumbuzi ngento ekuthiwa yi-COVID ehamba nesivuthe ngoku sesitshingitshane ekuthiwa ngu-Omicron, variant of concern. Comrade Scara samkhumbula ke simkhaphe kakuhle ngokuba singashiyi udederhu lokufa emveni kwakhe. Ze kuthiwe ngokusweleka kwaComrade uScara kwabakho abantu abosuleleka iCovid. Masithi ngokuhamba kukaComrade uScara nathi sitsho sayibona inkosi, sitsho sayibona iAfrican National Congress. Ungabe lilungu lelinye ilungu. Belilungu leANC. Umuntu ofaka ipolitiki ke ukunceda kulonto ba ukwenza ungabe lilungu lakhe. But ongakufaka ipolitiki ukubophelela kula kona yokuba kufuneka uhlale kule faction ungqishe qho ushaya indation every time efika. So funeka sizenze zonto ezo ma comrade. Siyabulela family kakhulu. But siyacela ma comrade khaniphume niyo vaccinate ngobuninzi benu so that ulwamvila lalo 4th wave singaluva kakhulu. Amanani anyukile siphuma kwi cabinet ngoye province. For the first time after a couple of months, our numbers over the last 24 hours, that is the epidemiological report, shows that we are almost at 400. You can imagine if that 400 can double, simply because we are like this. I was happy when I arrived that people were really observing the social distance. Please, comrades, as we move to the funeral, let's keep to the regulations. Let's observe the non-pharmaceutical interventions of wearing masks, washing hands, keeping social distance, etc., etc. To our brother, comrade Scara, ndifuna ukuthi good night. Okay. Rest in eternal peace. Hamba kakuhle mbamba. Umzamo omhle uzamile. Enkosi.
Sasingala lemakaya sasila etatine sasingala lemakaya sasila letatine otubula makirila otubula singene otubula makirila otubula singene sasingala lemakaya sasila letatine sasingala lemakaya sasila letatine otubula makirila otubula singene otubula makirila otubula singene sasingala lemakaya sasila letatine sasingala lemakaya sasila letatine otubula makirila otubula singene otubula makirila otubula singene sasingala lemakaya sasila letatine sasingala lemakaya sasila enye into zokwenzakala uvayo
Amandla! Amandla! Viva ANC yomntu wonke viva! Viva ANC yomntu wonke viva! Ingathi niyasebenza vayo kutheni itswena nje lento? Viva SACP viva! Viva Kosathu viva! Qina mhlali qina! Thetha mhlali thetha! Malibongwe! Igama lamakhosikazi uzoyithola kanjani? Hlele koneni. Qina ANC qina. Philana phakade, spirit of comrades Scara Njadayi philana phakade. Comrades masimbulele kusihlalo wethu wephondo okwangu premier wethu walapha Eastern Cape. Ngoku sizawubiza i-team yaka Scara yasebhatis. Ndicinga uba ever since wawayo usihlalo okoko sisiva ngobomi bakhe uba ibingumuntu onjani. Yavela kakhulu into yokuba ibingumthandi wesport. Une-team yakhe ke. Ndizawucela isithethi seBathurst Tigers sinyuke size ngaphambili. And I also want to believe that bayazigwijela. Bazogwija xa benyuka. Ibingatyiwa ke la team kaScara. Nobityiwe akavumi bityiwe uzawuza nezizathu. Besihlele londo thina ngezethu teams. le yakhe mayingatyiwa. Indeed silahlekelwe zinkokheli. Sesomelezwa into ethi efile nje usathetha. We believe that moving forward, the spirit of Comrade Scara and Njadayi will guide us. Usishiya kule meko uyayazi. Uyazazi ubunoxanduva loba makasibonise uba siphuma njani. Ndicela isithethi seTigers size ngaphambili.
Yes, volele, yo sangina sangina, yo sangina pakata, yo sangina sangina, yo sangina pakata, wethambo no mandeli, yes, volele, wethambo no mandeli, yes, volele.
Amandla ngawethu. Comrades sizawugqithela kumgcoso ezantsi uyawuthi xa efikile uMr Bryce asondela aze ngaphambili. This is a regional program, which means kune sub-regions that are coming from all corners of Sarah Badman, and there is also a leadership from other regions zalapha Eastern Cape. So it's important that as we are honoring and celebrating the life of our chairperson, we are also considering time. Ndizawubiza Mr. Stofile from Salga. Comrade Scara was Mr. Stofile, you are invited to the podium, sir. Usihlalo wethu Comrade Scara, executive mayor of Sarah Badman, waye walilungu le PEC yeSalga ngela xesha ebesengu speaker we district. Usalga ke ngoku ulapha ngalonto leyo ngoba ibililungu le provincial executive committee yeSalga. Over to you, Mr. Stofile.
Mphathi Nkqubo, Sekela Sihlalo we-region, chairperson we-ANC in the province and nongundunankulu, amalungu abekekileyo e-PEC ne-REC yalapha kule region, amakhansela nabahlali ngokubanzi bakule ndawo, South African Local Government Association, sifuna ukubuza umbuzo uthi kufandini luphi ulamvila lakho. Ukuhamba kaScara kufika ngexesha esigqiba ukuthatha izigqibo kwi-National Executive Committee ye-Association yokuthi ezi elections ka-2021 zisiphathele oceba abaninzi, almost over 80% ngawuceba abatsha, over 30% ngoceba abatsha ngokweminyaka, ekufuneka bejongene noxanduva lokuguqula imeko zokuphila apho bakhokela khona. uScara kule region nakweli phondo laseMpuma Koloni ibe ngomnye woceba kunye nosodolophi ebesibajongile ukuthi kufanele ukuthi sibakhuthaze, sibakhulise ngezakhono zokukhokhela ukubheka phambili. Uhambile ke ngoku uScara ngenxa uba besimcelile ukuthi njengobehamba nje One of the issues ebendimcele yona ukuthi asenzele yona as NEC yeyokuba makasiqokelelele apha kweli phondo lase Eastern Cape aqale kule region yakhe ukuthi ngobani bangomeya besuka phi banethuba elingakanani bengoceba zeziphi izakhono abanazo nezakhono abangenazo injongo yethu yeyokuthi kuba nizibiza njengephondo lengqwele iphondo labantu ekuthiwa kumzabalazo welizwe laseMzantsi Afrika benza unako ukuthi makube kule ndawo sikuyo namhlanje. I-local government as a sector ijongene nobunzima obungaphezulu obufuna ingqondi obufuna amachule obufuna abantu abayiqondayo into yokuthi umsebenzi ofunekayo ngumsebenzi oguqula imeko zabantu bakwethu. uScara ke ibingomnye wabo besibajongile ukuthi iza kuba lelixhoba lethu esiza kulisebenzisa ukuguqula imeko sijongene nazo namhlanje eMzantsi Afrika. Koomasipala jikelele 257 municipalities countrywide. Then safumana le ngxaki ke ilishwa ke endinalo lokuthi uScara uhamba on a Sunday sine long conversation about the approach on this small region, but a region that has a big brains that we must exploit, use the possibilities and opportunities that these towns and areas as surround the region can prosper and can make the community in the area to prosper. And he was preparing to go and meet his management, which I was supposed to meet them with the management, but unfortunately due to other national responsibilities that I had to attend to, we couldn't. But I know, as we directed some of our officials to interact with them, they did meet and they map a way forward. And to our own surprise is that after we've mapped and invested so much energy and time, plans in attempting to turn around the municipal systems in the area, and then he just decided to desert and leave us. Now he left us devastated because we are asking ourselves, as we spend this time, energy, and sleepless nights trying to think about how do we turn our municipal systems around, when we identify individuals as a key leading figures in driving this program, tomorrow dies. It creates a problem for us as a sector as a whole. The departure of Comrade Scara, it came at the time when the South African Local Government Association is going to go to its conference. In February, this province, it's amongst many provinces that must go to the conference, and leaders must be identified. And we are losing leaders in the manner in which we are losing them. We are saying as an association, fine, we have worked with you, Comrade Scara. You have engaged us. You have made us to answer calls during the middle of the night because you wanted to be a better leader. We appreciate that, and we committed ourselves to continue doing that going into the future because it is our conviction that it's out of us as individual public representatives that are coming from different walks of life that are given a responsibility to change the conditions of our people. We said to you, we are prepared to walk with you in this journey. We are not going to go walk alone, you are going to walk with us. And we said, we are going to support your efforts, your plans. We are going to make sure that your plans do succeed. Because we knew that out of an individual called mayor, he or she will never change anything without collective wisdom, working together, drive a program. What we'll request to people in this region, more in particular those that are coming from various political parties which I've seen seated here, which what it was said about Scara is a reflection of this, that Scara was not a leader of his political party, was a leader of the people in the area, in the region. And this is reflected by number of people that are here. What we'll be requesting to you as an association, more in particular those that have been elected as public office bearers, is one, let us look to Scara. Our understanding of Scara might be different than your understanding. We saw Scara as a good listener who takes time to respond to an issue. Over 90% of the conversation, he will be listening. He will say one or two words as a point of response to whatever that you are saying. And we saw Scara as a person that processes things that he have received and package them in a manner in which it will make an impact when he responds. We need such leaders. We need such individuals. We saw out of Scara a leader that he has no way to compromise about matters that affects communities, because he understood that there will be no political party that will claim leadership without community supporting that political party. What we saw out of him, we saw him as an agent of change that is committed and dedicated himself in changing the conditions that are faced by our people. What we will then request to all of you is that let us take what Comrade Scara have left. One, selflessly lead our people. Two, never be part of stealing what is meant for the public. Never put your fingers on the cookie jar. It's not meant for you. Three, people are the important shareholders of the business of local government. They stand on the queue on the 1st of November, electing me and you as their representative. They did that with the hope that you will bring change in their lives. So commit ourselves. In the name of Scara, let us make sure that there is no kid that go home or sleep without food. That's the duty of a counselor, to look after those that have no hope and create hope. Let us represent them with the interest and the hope and the belief that we are going to work with them in changing their conditions. The work is so big. Councillor Scara, the executive mayor of Sarah Batman, has left those shoes. In celebrating his life, which I accept that it is about time to celebrate his life, is to make sure that we create a clean government. And clean government, it must not be confused, because many of us, we confuse clean government by taking the money from National Treasury, bank it, don't spend, sewer spillage run over, all over, garbage is not collected, unemployment rate rise, and we believe by accounting that the money, it was not improperly spent, and therefore is a clean government. Clean government is ability to account on any rand that has been invested in your municipality, but also change the conditions of our communities. Our communities expect bigger than what we are. To the family, nisibolekile uScara siyabulela. Isikhalo senu sisikhalo sethu. We knew him when we identified him to come to the PEC of Salga. We saw a shining gold. We have identified that shining gold to come and be integral part of the moving train, changing local government's face to be a different face, to be a government of the people, by the people, working and vibrate within our people. And we must say and remind ourselves with the following words that said, when a dark cloud appears on the sky, we always point it out that is only temporarily. The darkness will pass, the sunshine will rise. And we hope beyond this period, sunshine will rise, expeditiously deal and render service to our communities. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Stoffile. NEC member of Salga deployed in Eastern Cape. Phambi kokuba ube ngumsebenzi uqala ube ngumhlali. Naphambi kokuba uzibone uselungelweni lokuyojoyina imibutho yakho efuna yezopolitiko usuke ekuhlaleni. Sizawubiza ke inkokheli yethu ye-province unobhala Provincial Secretary of Sanco, comrade Tony Duba, bamakaze ngaphambili azonikeza le message of support. Kuba sekuthiwe unqamile ke inkokheli senqana nokucula.
Amandla. Amandla. Wethu. Wethu. Amandla. Amandla. Wethu. Thank you very much, Program Director. I am not going to be long, comrade. Kule Muti, Deputy Chair of the Region. Nearisi yonke, Comrade Gura, Nearis, the provincial leadership, Yokosatu, and Communist Party that is here, and also comrades from other regions. I saw Comrade Gela, I saw Comrade Uteris, and all sub-regional leadership of the ANC and Sanco leaders that are here. Comrade, Program Director, I will just to raise 3 or 4 issues that is Sanco we think we can take out of Comrade Scara to the family Katangane. There are 3 or 4 things that is Sanco we feel very strongly that any ANC leader and any ANC member and any leader of the alliance can take out of Comrade Scara. One of the things, Comrade DeForce, is that Scara, as the Sun Tzu of the former Albany region, teaches us never cease to engage. Comrade, we are not enemies. I think it's a confirmation that you see here Democratic Alliance, you see EFF talking. It tells you about Scara, who will teach comrades that you must never cease to engage. And I'm definitely sure, comrades, that if Scara was matured enough during the time of apartheid, Comrade Scara will be one of political prisoners that will be celebrating today. Because he is always associated with the poor, with the have-nots, and with those who have been dealt with unjust. Comrade Scara will have been a political prisoner during apartheid. One of the things that we can learn from recently passed local government election is what the ANC did, and it's what Comrade Scara always does. Comrade Scara is not like me, Comrade DeForce. He was not a Fabiana or Gushi revolutionary. Comrade, if you understand Scara, in that he was not a Fabiana or a Gushi revolutionary. Young people and masses will not be attracted to Scara because he epitomizes a struggle sabantu abasokolai. And this is what the ANC did, Comrade DeForce, during the recently passed local government. The ANC said, we are not going to attract masses through celebrities, through people who actually entice young people, but leaders must go out and speak to the people, and masses got attracted to the ANC, as like Scara would do without wearing any Fabiana or any other label that seek to impress young people. How I wish we can learn from Comrade Scara. And lastly, comrades, Scara, we had the opportunity to engage with him when the ANC, when we were conducting these interviews of Troika. And he was given this opportunity after having conducted the interview to ask the panelists. And one of the things that he said, if the ANC were to go this route of renewal and part of it using the interviews and make education fashionable, and even in engaging those comrades, because he was saying, you all know me very well, but how you engage with me robustly, it impresses me because you acted as if you don't know me. And it means the ANC, out of this process, will have the ANC that will be renewed indeed. So the only thing that we can do, Comrade DeForce, is that let's continue with the renewal process so that we can attract masses of our people back to the ANC. And comrade, let's stand here and not be fearing to say, we are seeing the 10 codes. Those who call themselves revolutionaries of our time, and we know very well that as ubabekuphila ngexesha leapartheid ngeyimpimpile. Ubona ngeyimpimpile inoba kokumpimpa uyise xa siyazi lona. And comrade, if we can continue with this part of a renewal, I am telling you, as I was about to say, we have seen the 10 code, people who call themselves revolutionaries. And today, they cannot stand up and say, we will vote for anything that seeks to assist the poor. Comrade, we are on our own. And the masses of our people are looking at us as the ANC. And for us to honor Scara, let's liberate our people, Comrade Vach. Let's liberate our people genuinely, without being selfish, without looking at us, but looking at the plight of the people. Let's go back to Bathurst, where Scara come from, and turn around the situation in Bathurst. Thank you very much, Comrade.
Konyamazana siyaya bo siyaya Konyamazana siyaya bo Konyamazana siyaya bo siyaya Konyamazana siyaya